Good afternoon, everyone. How are you all? Thank you for joining me in the How to Craft Network studio. Super exciting day, the launch of the first stamp from our Create Together Club. For those of you that probably were involved last time, have most certainly got involved this time, there is still time to join. You can join at any point throughout these stages where we send the stamps. But if you have your stamps, I hope you haven't looked at number 2 and number 3. I know some of you have put on social media, you've had a nose in, you think they're amazing, but please don't show anybody else those stamps because it is supposed to be a surprise. I'm trying to save on a carbon footprint and you're cheating. No, stop. I know where you all live. My name is Tony Darroch and this is the lovely place to come and get some fabulous inspiration with your craft. Now, it's really important you understand that you do not have to be part of our Create Together Club to get involved. If you've got a stamp in your stash that's similar, you can replicate the techniques or just have fun with what you have. I did just see on there, one of the lovely ladies said she's not doing it this time, she's cutting down. That's absolutely fine. Hopefully you'll be able to incorporate it in with one of the stamps that you've got from another brand or from one of our earlier designs. Absolutely fine. We do enjoy your company regardless. However, if you do want to get involved and you want to get the stamps, the first one, which you've all seen because it wasn't in an envelope, is this beautiful All Mine. This is the first of 3. So basically, the Create Together Club is a sort of club where we give you over a week's worth of inspiration on each stamp throughout the course of the club. And then the next one and the next one, but you don't open envelope 2 until I tell you, nor envelope 3 until I tell you. Okay, so you're going to get lots of inspiration on this one. Now, a lot of you do craft along. Most of you wait until you've got 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then you craft when you have time. And it's this beautiful one. It's so gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. And it's just a lovely, lovely set that can be used for our genre of craft, okay? So this is the first one. As you can see here, I do have number 2 and number 3. So if you buy, you cannot buy them as individuals. It's the club. So when you buy the club, you get this, because this is the first one. Then you get this one with a number 2 on, sealed, and then a number 3. And you do not open the envelopes until I tell you to open the envelopes. No cheating, okay? So the stamps are actually in here. Let me just have a look. I'm not telling you what they are because that would spoil it, but they're all beautiful, beautiful. Now, if you do want to join the club, you can join at any point. So if you want to wait until you've seen all 3 stamps, then you can purchase it on the 3rd stamp when we launch that one. So all you need to do is go back and we just send all 3 anyway. So if you don't like surprises and want to see what you're buying, you can wait until the end. That's absolutely fine. Stamp number 2 is early next year, and then the other one is a couple of months later. So we always try and do about 2 a year, and it's super affordable as well. It's about £30. So if you do want to get involved, it is underneath this video on our website, and we'll send it all out to you if you do want to get involved, but equally just come for the fun if you want to. So let's do a little shout out. Denise Rigatano's got a coffee, she's all ready. Michaela, Marilyn, Elaine, Kay, Kathy Rotherham, lovely to see you all. I hope you're okay. Going too fast. It's going too fast. Oh, Sue. Sue's waiting for the magazine. Ooh, box kit, absolutely. Hi, Jan. Lovely to see you all. So let's get straight on because Simon's in here at 2 o'clock straight after me. Thankfully, he's allowed me to have the 1 o'clock show because I want to get you all in a routine. So it's always going to be 1 o'clock for the Create Together inspiration, unless I tell you otherwise. So I'll be back tomorrow again at 1 o'clock. So we can get this inspiration. And I want to see all of your makes, so make sure you post your makes over on our Eureka fan page. Even if you think it's not great, please still post it. We still love to see that people are interacting and at least having a go. Right, so let's use this one. Super lovely, All Mine. So you get the 2 bouquets and then you get this bunch where it's got some feet and some arms wrapped around the biggest bouquet ever. Has anybody ever had a bouquet like this where you just couldn't physically pick it up? I got a bouquet like this for my 40th from a load of crafty friends. We had a little mini party and they surprised me with a party and I had the biggest bouquet, and that's actually how I felt carrying it out of the building. I was poking eyeballs out, catching the door frame. So it's just a lovely set that probably most of you can relate to. So let's get cracked straight on. In fact, shall we just show you a bunch of samples first from my design team? to show you some of the lovely, lovely ways that you can use these. So if you're not a colourist, absolutely just put them onto some pattern papers and just take elements out if you want to, stamp a sentiment. Look at this one. This is actually dangling down. And this one, look. I think it's really, really pretty. That's this one upside down. So it shows you that it can be both ways. Really, really pretty. And then just normal colouring, but lovely note cards. Beautiful note cards if you wanted to. Watercoloured. Super simple cards here, but really, really pretty. This is just a bunch of them. I have them displayed all over, and I'll show you all of the samples throughout this inspirational week. This is that lovely paper from Funky Fossil on the back there with a vellum wrap on. That's really pretty, isn't it? Papers. Grow time. It's time to grow papers, that one. Look at that. Match it all in. What about an all over one here? Let's have a look. Oh, Jan's in Italy. Can't wait. And then look at these two. So I will show you more because we have them dotted all around, and I'll swap them throughout the inspiration. But it's always a fun, creative week where this is a chance for you to get involved. Maybe I'll show you a new technique that you've not used before. We scatter them across the back. The inspiration never goes away. You can go back and watch them at any point, replicate them if you want to. And it's great to see everybody's cards at the end of the journey. So if you make all of the cards, we like to see photos on our Eureka fan page of all of the makes that you've made and got involved with, even if you think some's brilliant and some's not great. We want you to get involved. So today we're going to do a couple of techniques, but I'd never try and overwhelm. I try and keep it simple for you too. So hopefully you'll be able to do this one with ease. So first of all, I've got a piece of watercolour card here actually, but you can use normal cardstock as well. And I'm going to obviously use the lady, and I will throughout the whole inspirational week show you how to use all of these elements. As you know, the content is just on one stamp for about a week, and we do incredibly well at it, don't we? We show you lots and lots of different techniques, which is super cool. So let's just stamp this one. So I'm just going to pop this into the corner of my Eureka. And you know what? I think black or gold emboss. Black or gold emboss. Ooh, decisions. This is the beauty of it because it's so cool. There's no rules. We can absolutely go for it. Oh, this is so pretty. Do you like it? It is, isn't it? It's really lovely. You know, when we choose our designs, there's so many fantastic artists. We love to use other artists' work as well. Just amazing, isn't it? I just love craft. Right, don't get distracted here. Let's go gold. Let's go gold. Right, so anti-static, and I'm going to do it on the smooth side. So hopefully my ink pad will get in all of that detail. I'll give it a good old push down. So get the stamp. Pop it in the centre. And then let's get this one stamped out. I'm using a sticky ink pad here. I'm using the Wow. Just to have a drink of my coffee. One gold, one black. Absolutely, Denise. So let's ink this one up. Just move that over. So sticky ink pad. And then we'll stamp this one down. And hopefully I'll be able to see if I've missed any of the places, because it is watercolour card, so I am just going to give it a real good push in. No, I can't see it at all. So I'm going to go back in and do it again, just in case. That's the beauty of having, this is a new clean one, but you know when you have a mucky one, you can at least see the line, can't you? But because it's brand new and clean, I can't see if I've caught it or not, but all the same. Oops, I'm going to go for it. Move my magnet over a little bit. I'm just going to do it one more time, just in case. Right, I'm going to go for it. Otherwise, I'll be stamping and stamping. It does look like it's there. So let's just grab some white cardstock just to catch our gold. So I'm using a Wow Gold on this occasion. Make sure you catch all that detail. Look at that. That is just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So let's get this one heat set. So let's just pop this away. Didn't take long for it to get chaos, did it? Denise has put a phone on Do Not Disturb. Oh, Jill says, everybody come on, confess who's hidden her anti-static bag. She's running around the house now going, oh my gosh. Right, let's just get rid of that for now. Set that aside. Let's heat set this one very quickly. Get your gun hot. And we'll heat set this one. So over on our Stamps by Me page, we have Veronique Hespel. Veronique Hespel, what a beautiful name. It's just a shame I can't say it very well, but welcome to the channel, Veronique. Lovely to have your company. We have Pat Pepper, we have Maureen Stubbs. I've been good and haven't opened the other two. Well done, Pat. Well done. Right, so let's just set this aside for now and let's just have a look at our project. I haven't actually shown you it because it's so gorgeous. Look at the metal. That in a card on its own just looks incredible, doesn't it? Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to try a little bit of a cheeky technique here. So I have some masking tape. So just some everyday masking tape here. And I'm just going to use my glass mat and I'm just going to get rid of some of the sticky in this because I don't want it to tear my card. So I'm just going to pop it on my leg here. Get rid of some of that. And I'm actually going to line it up with my glass mat. And this is the beauty of the glass mat. So let's just hold it in place for a second. So just so I can get it flattish. There we go. So let's just use our tape and I'm just going to mask off the top part. And I'm going to keep in line with my glass mat. So hopefully my lines are straight. Hopefully. And then I'm just going to do the same at the base. I don't want it to, it's not sticking to my glass mat, but I'm not overly concerned as long as it's masking off my work. Let's get this one off here. And then at the base, I'm going to do the same. Got all my jean, it's got all my denim on there now. And then down the side. come in a little bit further if you wanted to. In fact, I will. I'll just come in a touch so I catch that little bit of flower. And then up down the other side. It does look nice just in gold, doesn't it, Denise? So now I have sort of this sort of like masked area here. And because we've done it in gold embossed, that's going to act as a lovely resist. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some of my ink pads here. So I have orange and the pink one. Should I say magenta and bittersweet? And I think we will just add some colour to this panel very quickly. I'm just going to bring in, so let's get some pink. We'll just get some colour on our page here now. I do have my bigger watercolour brush, so I'm just going to grab that. I'm going to put some water in this gap. Just some, well, I say clean, clear water. It's not so clean in the jar. Let's just pull it over. So I'm just going to add some water. And don't worry if it seeps underneath your tape a little bit, because sometimes that does happen too. I just think it looks like a nice artistic sort of finish anyway. And I've got some tips for you as well, if that does happen, how to make it look like it was intentional as well. So just remind me. So let's get some orange on here. So I'm just mixing some of this orange and I'm just going to spot it all over. What will happen is the gold will resist it anyway. And then I'll move on to the pink. Not trying too much to contaminate, trying to keep them separate. And I'll just go back to some more orange, make that orange a little bit more intense. Like so. So you feel like you've lost your design, and we have a little bit, but honestly it'll be fine. So let's just heat set this. Give it a quick blast off. Now if you get the colour sitting on top of the gold embossing, just grab some tissue, because obviously the embossing will act as a resist. Just get some tissue and take it off, it's fine. Let's just dry this off. Don't forget to have a slurp of your tea. So then all I'm going to do now is take the actual colour and paint in some of the details. So I've got that lovely wash in the background. Now I'm just going to take the ink pad and let's paint in her skirt. And that's the beauty of the embossing. Acts as a total resist. So if you've got that slight tremor or you're not great with your colouring, the embossing's a great place to start. Okay, so let's do our arms. And then let's do the paper bag in the orange as well, and you'll see why in a second. Looks nice, doesn't it, with the bit more orange. I'm not being too precious about it, you know, get that colour down. And then in the flowers, I'm just going to sort of like drop in some of the colour. That's, I'll rub it all over, look. This is what the great about the embossing is. If you rub it all over, it'll just drop into place. And then just take your tissue and buff that gold and it'll all fall into those creases. Can we see that there, hopefully? Let me just show you. See that? Oops, wrong brush. So then what I'm going to do next, I'm going to take some white, dry this one off. Don't worry if it's on your embossing because it'll never seep into the embossing because it's plastic. So you can dry it off, that ink will still sit on top of the embossing, so just then buff it with a tissue. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to add some white. Working on a postage stamp now, can you see? I'm just going to put some white on top. This will pretty much dry back to nothing, so have the confidence to get it on. And this is what's going to make that embossing pop even further. Spot some into the gaps of your flowers. See how it's drying back to nothing. Staying away from my hands though. Take it down a leg. And then some splats. Let's just dry this off a second. You've all gone really quiet. It's some of you are crafting, I take it. Nola says she's missed a bit. Guess where her sentiment's going. It's cool to get that background though, because of the embossing, it's giving you the opportunity to get that watercolour background on because it acts as that lovely resist, doesn't it? Now, so just take your tissue and just buff that gold, bring it all back. And then I'm just going to bring in my gel pen here. I'm just going to add some detail in white. So around the creases of a skirt, in the lines. And you see how we've got some lovely gold spots in here? I'm just going to add some nice white ones too, just to tie it all together. Bring out some of the And again, the gel pen won't sit on the gold, so if you get it on, you can rub it off. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline the. You see how different it looks now with outlined? I'm just going around with the gel pen, outlining her, so she stands proud from my page. And if you have like a alcohol marker, a very light grey, if you outline in that, it would look like she was 3D from the page. So take your time and go around. Add a bit more white into these flowers here, just to make them pop a little bit. Obviously, you can take way more time than I can. I've got 2 cards to get through. So just adding some hand-drawn splats here. The gel pen's absolutely had it, I think. Running out. Carly's doing some nice new gel pens actually for iMarla. I think a lot of you have been screaming at her saying gel pens, so that'll be nice because I'm desperate. I think we'll stop there now and let's take this tape off. So when you pull your tape away, hopefully I haven't got a bleed. And what you end up with is like the design in and out of that page. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab, just 1 second, I'm just going to grab hopefully a pencil. It's a bit dark. So I'm just going to grab a pencil here now. I'm just going to take the pencil and I'm just going to add a shadow around this sort of design here. I'm just going to give it a rub with my finger. And this is just going to frame and cast a shadow as if this is a 3D. No, I'm not going to go around a dress. I'm just going to go around the frame, okay? So you want a light coloured, just a normal pencil. This is my Himi oil pencil, but any pencil. What you end up with there is something that looks 3-dimensional when it's actually not. Now I'm just going to make this side a little bit darker. We see now, you could go a little bit thicker if you wanted to. But if you have your stubs, your blending stubs, and you wanted to make it look a little bit more arty, you can absolutely do that. I might add it a little bit thicker so you can see on camera. I'm being a little bit careful here, probably being too careful. But hopefully you can see. Can you see the frame? Give me a nod if you can see the frame. But honestly, when you do these, what will happen now is you'll probably do that and you'll probably think, do you know what? In my stash, I have got, I don't know, pencils, like pencils. So now, even though I've got all of that detail in there, I can go back on with my pencils and add lines and highlights and just, you know, have so much fun, being far more creative with it myself. And if I hold this up, you'll see that gold. Look. Honestly, it's super duper. Right, so in that same set, we get all mine. But what I wanted to do, and I'll show you a sample which my design team's done as well, which is a totally different colour. So you get to see two ways. So I have this here. So I'm just going to pop this on here, look. Where should we go? Let's just say here. And then I'm going to grab the stamp, all mine. I'm just going to stamp this onto here. Grab my Eureka very quickly. I'll just pop this on here like so. And we'll stamp this out in black. You could do it in gold as well to match, but I think I'm going to go black because I do have a black matte and layer for this card. So it's not like it's going to look ugly because there's no black anywhere. There is black in a matte and layer on it. So I'm just going to stamp this onto here. Hopefully I can get close enough. It moved. Pop it in the corner, then if it moves, it'll go back in place. I'm just going to re-stamp it on the other side because it moved like so. And then just stamp it in black. Move this one out of the way. I'm just going to dry this off because I want it all to match. No, it looks really 3D, doesn't it? If you have like an alcohol marker in grey, it really would pop. So I'm just drying this off, although it is a waterproof ink. Just going to give it a helping hand. So, Shadia Hamid, Tony from Ottawa in Canada. Welcome to the channel, sweetheart. Tell us what you like to craft. What do you like to do? We love to hear from you. Veronica, I need to know what your crafting is as well. What do we all like to do? We're not precious about brands. Just let us know what you like to do as a crafter. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'll just bring this back in very quickly because I have got two cards and I need to be out of here for 2 o'clock. Time's going to kill me. So I've got all mine here. But what I wanted to do was sort of like capture it on and off the page, but I want it to stay in theme with that area here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my brush and I'm just going to take some of the pink from my mat and I'm just going to pink and then in orange. So it's sort of try and keep it as I better stop or else it'll be off. So you can see now we've got that sort of, it would help if it was completely straight, but you know, pencil line it if you have to. So let's just dry this one off. This is going to be good in so many different colour waves. And then probably what I would do to tie it all together is I would take that grey pencil again. Here we go, or silver. And I would do the line. You know, so it's in keeping with our design. It Would help if it was totally straight, but hey ho. We see there? And then let's get this card built. I have another card to show you all very quickly. So I have a pink top folding note card. I have a piece of white. So let's get this on here. Do it with tape for now. So piece of white. Piece of white, piece of black. Like so, and then we'll bring in our lovely piece that we painted very quickly actually, but you can obviously spend more time. Get lots of tape. Now, if you have used a watercolour card, I would suggest you absolutely use glue too. This is just probably going to drop off in a week, unless I go back in and add. And then add our have a piece of card here before I put my mucky paw prints all over it. Like so. And then our lovely piece here, I would probably 3D, but my I do not have any pads at the moment. I need to buy some. And then what I'm going to do is, oh, thank you. We have Driffer Margaret. Hello from Iceland. Hello, Driffer. Welcome to the channel. Lovely to see you. You'll have to let us know what sort of craft you love to do and how have you found me today? Have you just been perusing through YouTube? Have you just found me? Tell us your story. We'd love to hear from our new ladies and gents. So I'm just going to pop this on here so you can see that line. Just push it in a little bit more. Like so, and I would probably put some sequins and things around. So that's card number one. I'll hold them up at the end, okay? Let's move on to card number two really quickly, because like I say, there is somebody outside waiting to get in and he needs his time. So, piece of craft card. So in keeping with the theme that we've just gone by with that white gel pen and the white paint, I just wanted to show you a different sort of way of doing it if you don't want to use colour. So if you're sort of a clean and simple card maker and you're thinking, you know, I just like the clean and simple, I'm not bothered about texture, I'm not bothered about watercolours, I just like the clean on clean, then this is going to be a great option for you. So let's just stamp this lady in here in black. I'm using black, but grey would look fab, white embossed would look fab. So Bifta says, so happy to catch you live. Been watching on YouTube for weeks. Oh, lovely to hear from you, darling. What's the weather like? What is the weather like in Iceland? It's really wet here. It's not great. So Shadia has said she's got a lot of my craft stuff. She watches Create and Craft. She loves my products. She's bought stencil brushes to try them from the shop. Your postage is fast. Oh, that's brilliant. So you're not so new. I would frame that, she says. Oh, bless you. Love the colours, Veronica says. White paint in it, Tony. Anne-Marie, absolutely. Look at that. Anyway, but I just want to show you how simple you can keep it if you are literally wanting to keep your craft basic, simplistic. You don't want to be overwhelmed with lots and lots of craft stash like most of us. So then the white here, if you just bring in your white again and just add a few highlights. So maybe if you paint the legs in, because remember it dries back pretty much to nothing. You see how it's pretty much as soon as the water sort of disappears. You see here. I'm not intending on covering it all, but in the large spaces, I am adding that touch of white, and that's going to give you like a highlight effect as well. So I'll leave her arms. More water on my brush. And you can go back in and add more dimension if you want to, stop it from being sort of clean and simple. And then we could add a little touch of it, the little bits of white into some of the flowers. Like so. So look how simple and easy that was. And if you've got harsh lines and you don't like them, just put a bit of water on your brush, drag it out a little bit. Don't be afraid of it, it's a little bit of paint. And then, quite simply, just going to take your gel pen like you did last time, and then in some of the areas where you wouldn't quite get in with your brush, you can add white highlight with your pen as well. Very simple. Add some more spots on a dress. I love the spotty dress. Add some detail in the white. Sort of like bring it back to life again if you've lost any of that detail. Got a lovely petticoat underneath here, so we'll add the detail in there too. And then let's just dry this one. And then sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. Let's make a flowery bag sparkly. Just the bag. Don't go chaos with the sparkle, because it sort of like it sends your eyes funny if you don't know where to look, because it's all sparkly. But if you just use it as a highlight, it does look pretty. And you could go around it as well with your white gel pen or a hue if you wanted to as well. And then I have one of my little washi tape sentiments here. You made my day. And then we'll pop this onto some black. Betty Bliss, lovely to see you, sweetheart. I hope you're well. Love the white effect on craft, isn't it cool? And then we'll pop this onto some black. Happy Monday, such a pleasant start to the week. Gail, oh, thank you so much. So if you see how as soon as you pop it on that black, my gosh, it looks gorgeous, doesn't it? And then we'll pop this onto a card. And there we go. So let's hold these two up. Right, first of all, let me just show you in sequence. So this is the one that we did with the colour. And this is the one from Paul. It's in quite a darky, rusticy colour. Let me just move this for you. Just so you can get a feel of where I was going with mine. So that's the first card in 2 options. How lovely is that? So mine's in a softer, goldy pinks and oranges, and Paul's is more rustic, a touch of grunge, but just shows you how, you know, you can swap out that colour. How gorgeous are those? 2 incredible cards, I think, personally. That's down. Oh, stunning. Oh, thank you so much. So that's those 2. So we will pop them in a line on the back, and then very much the same, just a different sentiment. So that one's one of our design team, and that one's Elaine, and this is mine. Ta-da! Absolutely lovely. How gorgeous are they? So I hope you've enjoyed today's studio with the fabulous Create Together Club inspiration. Don't forget, you can join the club. You can buy it at any point. So if you want to buy it on stamp 2, when I've shown you that one, or stamp 3, you can absolutely do that. If you want to wait till the end, you can do it, because you can always go back and catch the inspiration. We usually get lots of people joining once they've seen the first stamp. But for those of you that have got it and are playing, don't forget to post your makes on our Eureka fan page. We love to see what you're doing. They are both gorgeous, aren't they just? Paul is gorgeous too, isn't he just? So it's lovely to see you all. I'm going to quickly pack up and get out, and then stay tuned though, because in less than 9 minutes, Simon is here from Avago Inc. with some quirky cards, which will probably be a little bit interactive as always. So whatever you're doing, have a lovely afternoon and enjoy the rest of the day in the How to Craft Network studio. Take care everyone, bye.